Ian.
Hello, Dave.
Oh man, buddy, it is so freaking good to see you.
It is great to see your face as well. And I just want to say right off the top that we are in danger of
Oh.
doing a no kidding car show about us doing car things.
Uh-huh.
And just to get out ahead of that a little bit, because
Okay.
I'm going to talk about going to Oklahoma
Yes,
and
yeah.
racing
What's
in
on the agenda tonight?
yeah,
Oklahoma. Racing.
racing in Oklahoma in a 1987 Maserati by Turbo.
Right?
We had some listener my eyes stuff. I've been on Twitter talking about cars, and we're gonna get into all of that.
Uh-huh.
But just to make sure that we're not like too far down, like actually talking about cars, because that would be ridiculous for this car show.
Right, right.
We're gonna start with an FMK cars.
FMK Cars is the game that Ian and Dave play on the show. You know what it is. It's us.
Yeah.
There.
So, like I said, I was in Oklahoma this weekend racing in a Maserati by Turbo. And so the name of this FMK cars is Oklahoma, where the wind comes blowing through the turbo. Cars with a musical theater twist.
Okay, okay. All right. I'm not a fan of musicals, but
I am unreasonably proud of myself.
okay, okay.
Um, I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan of musicals as a genre, but
Sure.
I have strong feelings about a handful of them. Some that I really, really love and some that I really, really, really hate.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
do have opinions about musical theater. Let's get into it.
Okay, all right. Let's
So
unpack that. Yeah.
the first one is a 1987 Maserati by Turbo.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, and I just
Uh,
realized I'm not sharing the window with you, so let me fix that real quick.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the catch with the 87 Maserati by Turbo is that you live in Oklahoma,
Oh,
and
okay.
obviously you are caught in a love triangle with a cowboy and a disturbed farmhand.
Is that the
True.
premise of Oklahoma? I'm not familiar.
It is, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right. A cowboy and a depressed farmhand?
Disturbed farmhand.
Disturbed. Oh, even better. Okay. Disturbed farm. I'm caught
Yeah.
in a love triangle with them. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Someone's gonna accidentally stab themselves, It's gonna
Oh
happen.
boy. Is this the one where the guy keeps one hand in a glove?
That is Of Mice and Men.
Ah, there we go.
Not a
Okay.
musical.
Not a musical. But a musical of Mice and Men would be really funny. And
Be pretty,
sad.
yeah, it'd be pretty sad, I think. Yeah. But also hilarious. Yeah.
Right? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right. The next one.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not going to explicitly say what the musical is. You're going to have to guess.
Okay.
Citroen 2CV. A seemingly important component will die after a single cough about a third of the way through your trip, but the car will carry on regardless. And also, you're going to be caught stealing a loaf of bread.
I don't know.
The car is a hint.
Uh-huh. It's French.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. I honestly I don't know. Like
It's Les Mis,
Les Mis. Okay. Okay. All
which
right.
is fucking terrible.
D-
It's
Bam.
horrendous.
You just said we're doing a legit car show, and here you are taking down Les Mis.
It's awful. It's so bad.
um, Russell Crowe singing is really bad. Yeah.
Here's the thing. As a story, it
Uh-huh.
doesn't make sense. It doesn't
Okay.
make any sense whatsoever.
All right.
There's all these like weird plot holes in it. The thing that I like to complain about the most in this though, is that at one point, it's like the French Revolution, right? And the resistance, they're like building a barricade in the street to
Yes,
like
out of like
shoot at the
furniture and
army.
yeah,
Yes.
uh-huh. Yep, car show. Uh-huh.
And these motherfuckers are like crouching behind a wagon wheel with just like huge open smokes. You're like, do you know how bullets work? Because like that doesn't do anything.
Uh-huh.
Anyway,
Okay. Okay. All right. So
So
an adorable 2CV.
you can
Okay.
have it in any configuration you want,
Okay, I like this
any
one.
year, any configuration.
Yeah, this white
Um,
one here with white walls and the little bubble top. Okay, sure. All right.
yep, yep.
Okay.
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 Lastly,
Uh-huh.
so happy with. I'm so proud of this one. All right.
I love it when you get so happy with yourself.
Okay. The last one is a PT Cruiser. Again, you can have
Oh.
in any trim, any configuration. You have the GT if you the turbo one if you want, but it's the PT Cruiser. That's a hint, Dave. A PT Cruiser.
Okay.
The catch is you are an automotive Harold Hill traveling from town to town, convincing the salt of the earth types their children are in danger of being corrupted. And the only solution is a karting league, which of course never materializes, except for when the beautiful but sharp tongued lady who runs the tire store has been hurt and has been hurt before, makes you realize the error of your ways, and you end up leading a parade lap.
I was just so captivated. I was like,
Do I should go through it again?
yes.
Okay. The PT Cruiser.
P.T. Barnum. Okay. Uh-huh.
Nope.
No.
You are an automotive Harold Hill
Who's
traveling from
Harold
town.
Hill?
That's also a very big hint because it's the main character. Traveling from town to town, convincing the salt of the earth types their children are in danger of being corrupted. And the only solution is a karting league, which of course never materializes, except for when the beautiful but sharp tongued lady who runs the tire store and has been hurt before makes you realize the error of your ways, and you end up leading a parade lap.
Wow. Okay. All right. I honestly, if it's not Book of Mormon or the South Park movie, I don't know what it is.
Well,
Or Sound of Music.
I've got to say, Dave, that you have got trouble. You got trouble. You got trouble right here in River City. Trouble
you're
that
you're
starts with T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool.
you're are you singing one of the songs to me right now?
I am. Yes.
I'm so sorry. I don't want you to do a bit into a void, but it's so lost on me.
I think it's funnier that you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Oh, buddy, do you think that this attention span can sit through a musical that doesn't involve poop or pee?
Oh yeah, no, I fully expected that you were gonna have no idea what I was talking about, which
Yeah.
makes it funnier to me.
Okay, okay. What is this delightful
That
tale
is
you're
the
weaving?
That is the Music Man. The
Uh,
Music Man is the story of a con man who,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
who goes to another town to run his scam and then gets stuck there.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. And I have to have a PT Cruiser.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to sell a karting league that never materializes, but I do end up doing a parade lap, which would indicate that in the future it is going to happen.
Yeah, yeah. In this town, you're gonna get stuck there, and that's where
Right,
you're gonna
right.
eventually.
I stop my grift, right?
Yes.
I fall in love with the folks of the town. Okay. I
Mm-hmm.
see the error
Mm-hmm.
of my ways. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, but I have to do all that with a PT Cruiser in my life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So again, that's a Maserati by Turbo. You live in Oklahoma and are caught in a love triangle
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
cowboy and the farmhand.
Uh-huh.
Citron 2CV, you're going to get caught stealing bread.
Yep.
And then the PT Cruiser, the Music Man. Trouble. Trouble right here in River City.
I love your musical knowledge. This is great. Yeah. Yeah. Um yeah. Uh if you threw a Sharks or Jets reference in there, then maybe I would have gotten something, but yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Gosh. Okay. Jeez, man. This is tough and why just okay. All right. So if I steal bread, how how bad are the consequences? How bad are
Uh, well,
do I
believe
have
he
to
goes to
cut off
jail for
all my
20
hair?
years. I
Oh,
believe he
20.
goes to jail for 20 years in
Oh,
the musical. But
okay.
we'll say that it's just a large fine.
Okay. All right.
But
Oh my.
it's got to be disproportionate to the crime because that's the whole point of the.
Right, right, right. Okay. All right. So I'm going to get this two. I'm gonna marry this 2CV bread van, right?
Okay.
This delightful beige with a red striped 2CV van. Uh,
You can hold a lot of stolen bread in the back of that red
exactly,
van.
exactly. And I'm gonna feed the poors. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pay my hefty fine. All right,
Okay.
but it's gonna be worth it.
All
Okay.
right.
All
All
right, and
right.
then I'm gonna sell the 2CV on Bring a Trailer for $1 billion. No, no, I'm not going to do that. Okay,
Okay.
so that's what I'm gonna marry, right?
Okay. All right.
For a day, I'm going to have the Maserati biturbo, and I'm going to be like the most toxic person in the love triangle.
Okay. I
Uh-huh.
love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I'm gonna start some stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just gonna be for a day. I mean, which is as long as Maserati biturbos run anyway, right?
Fair enough. Yeah.
Right? And then I do have to pull a Doug DeMuro and crush the PT Cruiser. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Also, how crazy is it that just like we live in a world where you Google PT Cruiser and Doug DeMuro's face is like on the second image,
It is weird. Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boom.
Did you get it though? PT,
PT.
Trouble in River City. That
No.
starts with T and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. Get the P and the T.
I
Trouble and
we should
pool.
have brought in a guest that could appreciate this. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. You worked
You
so hard
should.
on it.
It's funnier. It's funnier. No, that's the thing. I
Oh,
did that in like 3 minutes.
okay.
I
Okay.
did not work hard. I just walk around with this in my head. So,
Gotcha.
so
Gotcha. Oh boy.
I did
Who
not work hard on that at all.
who's the PT Cruiser now, Ian?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Okay. Okay. Well, I love it and I appreciate it. What would you do, Mr. Bread Stealer?
um, I think for a day I would do the Maserati as well.
Okay. Okay.
I like your plan
Thank you. To
for
just
that.
be a whole thing.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah, just drama. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Which I
Okay.
feel like if you like own a Maserati by Turbo as like your car, as like your car
Yes.
in the year of our Lord 2021, you have things happening in your life.
Right. Right.
So
Yes.
I think that fits. I think you're right. That's a good. I like that. And then I think I'll crush the Citroen 2 CV
Oh, really? Okay.
because
All
I
right.
don't want to think about that terrible, awful movie or
Okay, gotcha.
stage
Gotcha.
show. And then I'm gonna marry the
Okay.
PT Cruiser
Uh-huh.
because I
Okay.
love the Music Man, and I think I could dig deep and be a con man. I think I could do it.
I
I think I
think
can be convincing.
I think that you are very convincing, and I think that when you get really spun up about something, it's very infectious. I like that. I think you have a good ability to bring people along for the ride.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. I'd
except when
like
it
to.
comes to trying to get folks to like like longtime friends of yours that maybe you do like a podcast for like 6 years with, to also like Formula One.
And end call.
Yeah, yeah. Disconnecting.
Yes. Oh, okay. So I
Okay.
do want. I did. We forgot to put it down on the thing, but I did want to talk about Formula Effington One very quickly
Okay.
because we have a league. We have our
Yes.
fantasy F1 league on fantasygp.com. Dave, you know what I found out
What's
is
that?
that our league is legit, like
Oh,
legit competitive and good.
okay.
Two things happened. I joined the Everyone Racers League.
Okay.
I am 12th in our league.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to know what place I am in that league?
What?
Second.
Oh God, I'd win that league.
Yeah. And the other thing is that it turns out there is a League of Leagues
Okay. All right.
function, which
Okay.
I didn't know, I didn't realize before. I was just clicking around on the site and I saw it.
Sure.
We're 22nd in the world. Our
What?
league is 22nd in the world. Yeah, we're like right by. There's like a really famous. There's a YouTube F1 channel called Chain Bear. He does like technical videos and
Okay.
explainers and stuff like that are gorgeous and amazing. And you should subscribe to him on YouTube for sure.
You're talking to the
Chain
listeners, not me, right?
Yes, Chain
Okay.
Bear F1. Actually, you would like them because they're just very like just drill deep little nuggets about very specific things in
Okay.
F1.
Okay.
And he has like great like animations and stuff.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. But we're like ranked right around his league.
Oh, geez. Okay. And
Yeah.
is that like, is it based on like average score per person? Does it take away like the quantity of people in that league?
It's like the top 5 people
Oh,
in
shit.
your league.
Okay.
And I think that
Wow.
it's the top 5 like pro account people or whatever in your
Okay.
league
Wow.
averaged. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool.
So now I feel better about being 12th in our league.
However you have to rationalize it, buddy. However you
It's
have
fine.
to
It's fine.
rationalize that
It's
the
fine.
same thing happens every week.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Monaco's this weekend.
Very good. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who has their
The
predictions set that are the exact same predictions he always sets?
Have you seen you obviously haven't seen the practices.
Why would I? The practices have no bearing on the outcome. See, here's the
Moving.
thing. You know I'm kind of right.
I know.
Right?
I know. I
You
know.
want to differ. You want to contradict, but you can't because it's not true. I love you.
It's fine. Anyway, I have my new best friend here. Anyway, so.
Yeah, we're gonna get into this Minecraft creeper that you have here.
Mhm.
Who is this that you happen to be hugging? This green duct taped individual that you're making the small spoon for once. Oh,
Yeah.
look at that. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, all right,
Yeah.
Ian. How about you? Well, I don't know. Knowing where that's been, I don't know if I would do that. You must really enjoy your own brand.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, who doesn't? So I'll get into that in a minute. But
Okay.
I did talk really quickly. I did go on. Part of the reason I did the F1 Fantasy League for Everyone Racers podcast is that I was on their show.
Yes.
Last night actually, and
Yeah.
then they publish their shows as soon as they're done
Right.
recording, which we don't do all the time. But
well, that's because they don't edit. We do. Don't
right.
make it sound like they're better.
No, not at all. They have a very different.
Why don't we post it instantly, Dave? Is what I heard.
Oh, that's not what I was saying. I'm sorry. No, but yeah. So their show was very. We were focused very much on like tips for like knocking the rust off. Is the way they
Okay.
put it.
Yeah, because you haven't raced for quite some time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 4
Right.
years.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe what, 3 track days in there? 3, 4 track days?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Okay.
So yeah,
Wow.
not a lot.
Yeah.
So we kind of focused on that, but I'm excited to recap the race with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I really missed you. I wish I could have been there den mothering the shit out of you.
I know, me too.
Yeah, I was had it been like time shifted around, you and I would have gone out there in Luther. We would have just road tripped it. I would have stopped to pee every 10 minutes. I would have pooped in 1 or 2 fields, and we would have had a fantastic time.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it was so much fun, and I'm excited to talk about it. So I'll start. Should we start with the rental car?
Yes. Do we have a picture of the rental car? Should I check for this?
There is. It's in the show folder.
Okay. All right.
I just put it right in the current show folder. It is entitled rental car.
Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Let's pull this up. Let's show everyone. Oh boy, Ian, you got the big boy BIGBOI Infinity QX80119XL apostrophe. They put an ampersand in there now. Yeah. So it's based on the Nissan Armada, the giant Infinity SUV. I knew that you got this, and also Why?
Yes. So I showed up at my car rental facility place and was like, okay, I'm here for my Buick Regal or similar. And they were like, well, we don't have a ton of cars
Okay.
because nobody does. And my choices were this or a Hyundai Elantra.
Oh, yeah. If you're crushing, what? You probably
Yeah.
did what, about 800 some odd miles out? No, no, no. Yeah, about
A little less than that. I made it
yeah,
in
it
9 hours. I did it in 9 hours.
okay, yes, like 700 miles either
Yeah.
way. You're going to
Mhm.
want this big boy Infinity instead of the Hyundai. I assume. I don't want to spoil anything. Yeah.
Yeah. And as a like highway cruiser, it was fine.
Okay.
Fine. I
Okay.
will say it feels enormous.
I bet it does. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
This
and
is the
it
5.6 liter V8,
mhm.
I think. Yeah. Giant truck boy. Yeah.
Yeah, and it never like shrinks around you or
Okay.
anything like that.
Sure. Sure.
I will say it does like um the speed limit.
Uh-huh.
It
Staring
feels
staring blankly into the camera. Uh-huh.
it feels very good at the speed limit. Um,
You're not mentioning what state or country that speed limit is from. Okay.
no, no,
Okay. Okay.
and it'll sit at the speed limit very comfortably and just and the ride is good.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
the seats are terrible.
Oh
They're
man.
very very flat. You know,
Yeah. I
and
mean it's a truck, right? Yeah.
yeah, they feel like overstuffed couches a little bit.
Yeah.
But the thing that and everything else was fine with it. Like I really didn't mind it at all. The thing that I did not like though, the infotainment. This is a 2021. They're still doing the split
The
screen thing.
dumb screens. Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Ah.
it has CarPlay and Android Auto.
Okay, good. Good.
However, so that shows up on the top screen, which
Uh-huh.
is a
Right.
touch screen, but
Yes.
also has the like diddly do knob and buttons thing.
Right, where you can kind of control a cursor, right?
Yes. And but you enable Android Auto and CarPlay and get it going from the bottom screen.
See, Infinity,
It's
what the fuck are you doing? Yeah.
it's madness. It's
Right.
madness.
Right.
Like because there are some functions that are on both screens,
Right.
but you have different menus.
Yeah,
It's
and some you can do from the steering wheel controls.
it's crazy town.
Yeah.
Like it's so bad that like I was like, oh, I was kind of like halfway excited to
Right.
like test it.
Right,
And I,
because it's Infinity. It should be good stuff, right?
well, yeah, I'm interested in it because
Yeah.
it's like weird, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, I can't wait to get into it. And
Hmm.
also, I have like a 9 hour drive ahead of
Right.
me with
Right.
nothing to do.
Yeah, exactly, right?
I fucking gave up after like 30 minutes because I was just like,
Oh,
this is just frustrating.
okay. Okay. What was buried in there that you couldn't get to or mess with? Like, could you get to the equalizer, which I assume the bass was just turned to peak? Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
stuff like
No,
that.
that was fine. But I can't remember what it was now. But there was some oh, I remember what it was. It was running Android Auto for maps, but running the radio.
Yes.
It was a weird like sequence that you have to do. And once I got it, I didn't want to mess with it. It's
Right.
like
Right. Yeah.
and then I was like, I want to play with the little cursor thing, but then I don't want to break it. And then
Right.
like I
Right.
would accidentally hit a button on the steering wheel, and then like just a different menu would pop up, and I'd be like, "Whoa!"
Okay. Okay. Like you get it dialed and you just want like fighter jet refueling at that point, right? Like you
Yeah,
just don't want to stop. You want like a nozzle to come out of a gasoline truck so you never have to
yeah,
shut your car off. Yeah.
yeah. And like I'm fairly tech savvy,
Yeah.
And so like if I get to that point that quickly, it's
Yeah.
not a good sign.
Right. Right. Yeah. I know someone that was thinking about looking at an Infinity to replace their Audi A5 coupe,
Okay.
right? And I just instantly said no. Like just they're fascinated with the looks of the new Infinity coupes. They look great,
Mhm.
and I was
Mhm.
just like, like no, no, yeah, yeah, yeah. They're not going to look at them. Yeah, and it
Yeah.
was just because of the infotainment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird and it feels very dated.
Okay. Yeah.
Especially for like a 2021, you know.
Well, they were doing that when I had the old man sedan and I had the Takata airbag recall, right? So
Right.
I got the Loner Q. It was a good coupe. It was like the Q70, I think. It was quick, right? It was
Yeah.
like the V6 turbo, right?
Mhm.
And it had that center stack, and as soon as I will never separate this memory in my mind. I am on C470 over by the Morrison exit, just screaming at the infotainment system in that loaner Infinity because I couldn't get it to play some goddamn podcast where I needed to drive up to Fort Collins for the day.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean thank God it had Android Auto because otherwise I would have been
yeah,
really just miserable with it.
right? Yeah, you would have like suction cup mount something. Yeah,
Yeah, it
right?
was so I'm happy about that at least, but yeah, it was not impressive.
Yeah, that's too bad. Like, what was your gas mileage? Did it cost a lot to get out there and back?
I did not pay attention. I just sort of closed my eyes and ran my card and then just didn't said no receipt and just didn't pay attention.
That's probably best with a car like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, the answer is you spent twice as much as a plane ticket.
Oh no, I don't think so. Because the rental car was only like $200, and I would have had to have gotten a rental car when I was
True. True.
out there anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and it really wasn't that bad on gas. Honestly, I
Okay.
did it in 2 tanks, and
Okay.
it has a 24-gallon tank.
Gotcha. Okay. That's
So
not
it
too
was like
bad.
yeah, it was like 340 miles of range or something
Okay.
like that.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Um,
Okay. That's
so yeah,
really bad gas mileage. It's like 14 miles to the gallon.
but I was doing the
The
speed limit
speed limit.
the whole time. So,
Yes.
I made it in under 9 hours,
Okay. Okay.
door to door. So,
Yeah.
that's I was very much doing the speed limit.
I was proud of myself. I don't say this very often, but I was proud of myself on the timing of knowing exactly where you were depending on when you texted me.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So,
yeah, that was funny.
yeah, my knowledge of I-70 is burned in. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Between here and KC. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Did you listen to any albums you liked? Did you get because you had like 19 hours of windshield time, you know?
Yeah, I listened to some of the new Squid, which is
Okay. Yep.
a
Yep.
band that I very much enjoy. Their debut album is out. It's very good.
Yeah. I've
Um,
heard good things about that.
Listen to some podcasts.
Really?
I caught up on I caught up on some of the Tempest episodes that I
Oh,
had.
nice.
I
Nice.
had a couple from both seasons that I hadn't listened to for whatever reason.
Okay.
So
Yeah. I need to make that a priority. Yeah.
I caught up on those. Everyone should listen to that because it's
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah.
And listen to a lot of satellite radio.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
The Jimmy Buffett channel?
of course,
Yeah.
obviously,
Okay.
obviously. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So yeah,
So, Ian,
that's the rental car. Yes.
enough about this garbage infinity monstrosity.
Yes.
Let's get into the race, buddy.
Yes.
How much sunblock did you apply? What was your B12 intake? I want to know all the stuff that I would have been taking care of while you were gone.
So I drank the coffee at the track.
Okay, all right. Uh-huh.
I did
Yeah.
actually bring my coffee stuff with me, but
Okay.
the room only it had a microwave, which was good, but it only had like the little plastic cups, so I had
Oh
nothing to
yeah.
microwave the water in.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
should
think
have
about
just
bringing.
given you my Nespresso. Next time this happens, you can just take one of my Nespressos.
I thought about asking you for it,
Yeah.
but I knew you were moving, so I didn't want to like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's what everyone wants to listen to. That's
Exactly,
what
right?
everyone is wondering.
Yeah.
So I was going for a Champ Car race at
Yes.
Hallett in
Yes.
Oklahoma with my dad's 1987 Maserati Biturbo. There it is.
Yeah.
It's wow.
So you driven the blue car? Have you driven this one?
No, I
You've
had
only
never.
driven the previous one that the frame was very bendy on. Yeah.
Yeah, it got finally it met its end at Watkins Glen a couple years
Yes.
ago.
Yes.
So then they've been doing some more development with this car, um, and it's a totally different car than it was before.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it drives totally differently. Like um, the the first time I drove the red car, I don't think you
I
were
wasn't
there
with you.
for it,
Yeah, I wasn't able to go. Yeah.
but I remember talking to you about it, and it was honestly it was scary because
Yeah.
it was very like the I think the rear was under dampened, and
Uh-huh.
so it would like dive really bad under braking,
Uh-huh.
and it would just like wander
I
around.
remember the word movement was used
Mhm.
all the time. Like it would
Yeah,
just move all over. And you said especially under braking.
yeah. And it was just it wasn't predictable, you know,
Okay.
like. And now it's a lot more predictable.
Okay.
It's and it still is a short wheelbase car with a lot of torque and a lot of
Okay.
power.
Yeah.
It's also a lot faster than it used to be.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Um, but it's like fun. Like once you kind of get your head wrapped around it, and for me, it took a little while because, like I said, it had been 4 years since I'd been in a race
Yeah.
car. Um, it it was so much fun.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it looks
It
awesome.
looks amazing, man. This car is gorgeous. Yeah, so it's blue and black with like a red Maserati logo. There's our buddy
Yeah.
Jake. Yeah, and some red stripes. Like
Hmm.
it looks good.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
and man, it really does drive well. Dave, the turbo noises it makes.
Yeah?
Oh my god,
Okay.
they're crazy. It's got like a great like blow off sound and
Yes.
like the
Yes. Okay.
um and it's twin turbo, so like
Uh-huh.
it's weird. It was like the quietest car in the race,
Okay. Okay.
but also you could hear it like before you could see it. Like you
Oh,
would
nice.
hear the vacuum cleaner sound
Uh-huh.
and you could
Yeah.
hear it, the blow off valve from like
Yes.
straight behind us in the pits.
Yes.
Um, Super cool. And then when
That's
you're driving
awesome.
it, yeah, and then when you're driving it, like just turbo noises all the time.
That's
Um,
so great. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, it's really, really cool sounding. Um, so yeah, it was a ton of fun. So I got there late on Thursday. We had a test and tune day on Friday,
Yeah.
which was I'm so happy that we had that because Hallett is a very challenging track. There's
Okay.
a ton of elevation change.
How do you spell it?
Hallett. Um, yeah,
Okay. Yeah, let me see if
that's
I
it.
can pull up a map, buddy.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
Oklahoma. People think of Oklahoma as like in the western part of it, where it's very flat. And the truth is that Oklahoma is kind of divided in half and around Oklahoma City, and everything west of that is very flat and tumbleweeds and what everyone kind of thinks of as Oklahoma.
Okay. Kind of like the opposite of Colorado then, huh? Like our
Yep.
eastern half is flat. Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And then
Okay.
the eastern half is it looks like Missouri, right? It's all like rolling hills. And
Okay.
so, yeah, and like lots of woods and rolling hills and lots of little lakes and stuff like that, little ponds.
Okay.
Um, and this is tons of elevation change. And the really crazy thing that I thought was weird is that there's a lot of like off camber corners and stuff,
Okay.
um, and like weird cambers that you have to do. Um, So the first thing is, I guess I'll just go around the
Yeah, if you
corners you're
want,
asking.
whatever you want, buddy. Yeah, this is your show, man.
Yeah, so turn one is really, it's the fastest corner on the track, and it's like deceptively faster than you think it is when you first start driving it.
Okay.
Um, and you can take like kind of a shallower line than you. It's like an earlier turn in than you think it's going to be.
It's
Um,
like halfway between two long straights. Yeah,
yeah,
okay. And the turn itself is less than 90 degrees. Yeah.
yeah. And this
Okay.
was a place where I was losing a ton of time. And Mental from the Everyone Racers podcast, who was our fourth driver on the team,
Uh-huh.
was giving me some coaching because he used to instruct here, and he's just a really experienced driver. So he knows this track really well, and he was able to like kind of watch me and actually while I was in the car, like give kind of give me instructions over the radio.
That's
Um,
amazing.
yeah, it was awesome. It was really really cool. Um, and uh, and he was like, "Oh, you're leaving a lot of room on the table," and you
Okay.
know, and I was also like, not. I was lifting and then waiting to get on the brakes. You know,
Gotcha. Uh-huh.
that sort of stuff because I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, fast turn, fast turn."
Right, right. Okay. 4 years, fast
Yeah.
turn. Yeah.
So I was getting that. He was helping me dial that in. So then you get through turn one and you're going up this big hill.
You can
That
kind of see
Cimarron's.
it curve up a little bit on the map here. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty big hill, and then it's a really steep downhill into turn two, which is basically a chicane.
Okay.
Um, turns two and three, and you just go super late. You kind of square. If you square off two, you kind of have a straight shot out of three, and you can just mat it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Um, so then all the way up. This is another big hill up to four, and then
Okay.
4 to 5. Dave, I had the biggest spin,
Did you really?
the biggest spin I've ever had, and in turn five. So the crazy thing is that like the track is never, it's never flat, like it's always moving, right?
Okay. Okay.
And so the line through four is you stay out really really wide really late, and then
Okay.
kind of cut in to set yourself up for five. So
Right.
four is like a long um,
That'd be a
right
right-hander.
hander,
Yeah.
and then there's an immediate left hander. And the Maserati is great in a lot of situations, but changing directions really quickly, it
Yeah.
doesn't. It's not happy with
This
that
is
because
not the slalom car, right? It
right, the
gets
rear
real
end.
snappy real quick, huh?
Yeah, the rear end's really light, and there's also
Okay.
like a crest in the middle of
Oh
five.
shit. Okay, to unweight everything? Okay, great. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so with four, you had to like go in late, and then your instinct is to like turn in to five right
Right.
away,
Right.
but you can't. You got to let the car settle for a second.
Okay.
And so I had been working on my line through four because it's kind of tricky, and you get sucked into going early.
It's not a it doesn't look like a smooth turn. It looks like kind of like it starts open and then it tightens up quite a bit,
Yeah, it's
right?
almost the exact opposite of High Plains Drifter
Right.
because
Okay.
it's going uphill like that too. But you know
Yeah,
how
yeah.
High Plains Drifter kind of opens,
Yes,
like it
this
starts tighter and
shuts.
then yeah, it's
Okay.
yeah. If you turned it around and still made it uphill, it's
Yeah.
High Plains Drifters. So I got my line through four a little bit better, and I was carrying a lot more speed. So then I was up onto five sooner,
Sure,
and so I
sure.
was like, oh, I got to turn in, and the car was unsettled, and it just never got settled. And so I came over that crest in five, and just boom, it spit me off, and
N-
it's whoo, whoo, whoo. Yeah.
no way. How many times do you think you spun around?
I only spun around once, but I did the whole like 2 feet in immediately
Okay.
and didn't
Yeah.
stall and got myself into the grass, so facing the flag stand so I could see when it was clear. Like
Okay.
I remembered the right thing to do after I did the wrong thing, which was just
Gotcha. Gotcha. That's good. That's the right order. You don't want to do the right thing, then the wrong thing. You want to do the wrong thing, then the right thing. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Okay.
Um, six is really tough. It's just like a sweeper, and there's like 100 lines through there, and I think
Sure.
I got the right one a couple of times.
Yeah, those big long sweepers like that that are like kind of acute,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like you
Yeah.
can like They make me think of like highway clover leaves, right? Where like
Right.
you can set up anywhere on it, but like as long as you're at the right point at some point towards the
Hmm.
exit, you're gonna be okay. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Yeah. The Miata line through there seemed to be to double apex it. And then
Okay.
what I was doing, what Mental was recommending, and I think what um, Craig and my dad were doing too, was to just stay wide and then super late apex, just a single super
Yeah.
late apex
Gotcha.
was working better for us.
Okay.
Um, and then uh, 7 is crazy because it's blind, so it's another
Oh,
uphill
okay.
climb, and it's blind going through 7, and it's also pretty quick, and you really don't know what's happening until you see a cone pop up, which is the inside of 8. And
Oh,
so you're
gotcha.
like,
Okay.
yeah, it's a I just lost a lot of speed through there just from sheer like not staying
Sure.
flat when I could have.
Sure.
Um, but it was still
Terror.
a lot of fun.
Terror is.
Absolute terror.
You know what terror also does? It keeps you alive.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh-huh. So
It's
there's that.
the pesky self preservation.
Uh-huh. But then turn 9 here, I see this one's titled The Bitch.
Yeah, it's
Uh-huh.
I loved it. I thought it was fun, and because when if you get 7 and 8 right, so 7, 8, 9 are sort of linked together,
Right.
and so if you get 7 and 8 right, then you basically use from the apex of 8 to the outside of the curbing at 9
9, yeah,
as
as
your
one
braking
turn.
zone.
Okay.
That's your braking
Oh,
zone,
gotcha. Okay.
and this is a tight corner, but it's on camera, so you can like really like slingshot it up. And
Okay.
with our turbo, with our torque that we had,
Yeah.
we would just eat people up on the exit of 9.
Okay. Okay.
So like if we got 9 right, it was a great place to get around people and or leave people behind or whatever. Like it was a ton of fun to just be like bye bye.
Okay. Okay.
So the car now. Oh, let me finish this. So then the last corner is turn 10. I think on some maps it's 10 and 11.
Okay.
Um, but it's another long sweeper that we were kind of taking as like a single late apex, and some of the
Gotcha.
cars were taken as a double apex.
Okay.
Yeah,
This looks like a great course.
it is. It's really challenging. There's a lot of like little nuances to it.
Yeah. A a
Yeah,
course is one thing, then add altitude changes to it, and it's a whole nother thing, right?
yeah. The surface was crazy too. We talked about this on the Everyone Racers as well, but like they drift there.
Oh, okay.
And so like when the sun would come out, it would get really greasy.
Okay, gotcha. Just from all the built up rubber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
And it was like immediate. As soon as the sun came out, it was like track temperature change, and it would get greasy like within a lap. It
Oh,
was
weird. Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
It was really strange. And
Those
then
drifty boys.
yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
anyways,
I interrupted you. You were saying, and then?
I was gonna say, and then so the car now, um, they've done a lot of development on it. They have a new ECU on it,
Okay.
um, and so it's a twin turbo, uh, but now we have there's a rotary switch in
Uh-huh.
it for different engine modes.
No way.
Yeah, and so we were playing around with those, and basically now there's a engine mode where we just have like 11 pounds of boost from like 3,000 RPM to redline,
No way. Okay.
and it's fucking awesome. There was other
Okay.
maps where it like was progressive, but like I didn't like that as much because it was one of those things where like I'm not always 100% sure what RPM I'm at,
Right.
right?
Right.
And so you would put your foot down not knowing what you were going to get,
Right.
which is not the best way to race.
Right. Predictability is key here, right?
Yeah.
That's fun on the street. Like that makes a
Mm-hmm.
fun, entertaining daily driver, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So it was better with just the flat torque
Sure.
to just be able to modulate it with your foot.
Well, that's a
Um,
lot more like your R32,
yeah.
right?
I
Just
mean,
the torque is just flat, right?
yeah. And oh man, it was like especially the punch out of the slow corners
Yeah.
um, was just so much fun.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Nice. Like really nice, like progressive roll-on throttle, like just
Yeah, I mean, you still had to be careful because
sure,
it's still a short wheelbase
right.
car.
Still lightweight in the back.
Yeah, ton
It's
of torque, and
basically a pickup truck. Yeah.
yeah, and I got it like sideways a few times in the
Okay.
dry,
Okay.
just from getting a little greedy, and it
Uh-huh.
just, whoop,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, it's awesome. It's
That's
so
so
much fun.
great, man. That's so great.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
a lot more confidence inspiring than it was before, which was a nice surprise to find. Right.
So I did want to talk to you because I found out that while you were away, you may have entered a relationship with. Uh, you're turning us into a throuple, Ian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So can we talk about the giant green Minecraft creeper in the room?
Yes.
Okay.
So so the thing with Friday and Saturday was that I was really liking how the car drives,
Uh-huh.
and I was making some progress. I was still, me,
Sure.
frustrated that I wasn't faster because, you know,
Because you're very
it's
hard on yourself. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Yep.
yeah,
Hmm.
and but I was having a hard time seeing the
Okay.
car. So
Okay.
the seating position is a little lower than it was before.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, the dash. We lost our hood on Saturday, so that
No, what?
we broke a hood pin
Okay.
while my dad was driving, and then
Did it do
I
the full like flip up and everything?
not on Saturday, but it did on
Okay.
Sunday. So on
Jesus.
Saturday we broke a hood pin. Saturday was an 8 hour race. My dad was driving. The hood pin broke, and it kind of like. "Ah!"
Okay. Uh-huh.
And so he came into the pit at the driver swap, and we like taped it down and zip tied it and all the things.
Right.
And I went out, and it again,
Okay.
and I got like the meatball flag and had to come in.
Right, right.
And so they just took the hood off.
Okay.
I was so low in the car I couldn't see that the hood was off. Like
It's all dashboard to you. Okay.
yeah,
Just dashboard gray hair and knuckles.
literally like to the car it's pretty pointy as far as like handling characteristics, but it takes a lot of steering input.
Okay,
So there's like
gotcha.
some shuffle steering that has to happen
Okay. It has
in
a
the hairpins
slow
and stuff.
steering rack. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But like to get to the top, to get to like the top of the
Uh-huh.
wheel, I had to reach up above my head. Like I realized
Yeah.
I realized through Saturday that like, oh, I'm looking at the bottom of my wrist when I do this. Like I was that low in the car.
That's not good, Ian.
Yeah, and I
Th-
was like having trouble seeing the mirrors and stuff. So
and this is with
mental.
an adjustable seat, right?
Well, it goes forward.
Right, but not up and down. Right. Yeah, just forward and
Right.
back. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Go
which was
on.
very very nice. And I was in the full forward position,
Okay.
and my leg was still not. I wasn't like fully locked out on my knee, but like close.
Well, I feel like your dad and Craig need to fix this because you're not the shortest guy in the world. Like you're not a tiny human being.
No, I just need to get a seat insert. I need to get a seat insert because I'm also just too short, like to see out. Like I was
Okay.
too low in the car. So anyway, mental very sweetly helped me. He had an idea.
Uh-huh.
He went to Walmart and bought a
Okay.
bunch of life preservers,
Okay. I was
and
gonna
then
say kickboard paddle things for the pool. Okay.
no
Life preservers.
cut them apart, and
Uh-huh.
then got a bunch of green duct tape.
Uh-huh.
And Big Spoon was born.
I,
We sat in the paddock on Saturday afternoon after the race and put this together.
okay. And so that you put this in the seat behind you. You put your butt
Yep.
on Big Spoon's crotch there.
Uh huh.
Don't want to
Yep.
know what that hole is for.
It's for the so we can get the belt
Right.
in
I'm
here because
talking about the
it
hole
has
that you're
submarine.
looking through right now.
Oh, this guy,
The-
this little guy right here.
that's the one where
Hi.
you just say hello. No, that's
Yeah.
the neck hole. That's the neck area of a life
Yes.
preserver, isn't it? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All
Yep.
right.
And it just made it sit in the seat a little bit better than it was
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
um and I will say that I was able to see like apexes and other cars.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
Not so good was that I was like it put me up above the bolsters of the seat,
Yeah,
so I
okay.
was like bracing myself for my
Gotcha.
whole stint on Sunday.
Right.
Um, so I had some pretty epic like muscle pain in my back
Yeah, yeah.
from doing that. Um, so we'll get to Sunday in a second.
Yeah, I want to hear all about that.
Yeah, but yeah, so this is Big Spoon.
Okay, all right.
It was a very good first effort, and I think I definitely need to continue down this path of just a seat insert because it made the driver
Yeah.
change faster and all that
Okay.
stuff.
Gotcha.
I just need to like figure out a more permanent, better solution than this.
Do they sell seat inserts?
They do, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because
Okay.
I mean, it's basically like what they have at the karting place.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Is
It's
what I
just
need.
molded foam. Yeah. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah. So
Okay.
I just need to do something like that.
I love this picture you have of Big Spoon. Like
Hmm.
he really has a personality. I want my face and like my arms on version 2.0. Like
Yeah.
just so you know that like you have this behind you. Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And Big Spoon, he performed really valiantly, and so he got a little break after the
Oh,
race.
I was gonna ask if like what he needed to resuscitate himself.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, time in a portalet.
Hmm.
Okay.
He just needed a moment.
Uh-huh, that you left the door open. Apparently, Big Spoon is an exhibitionist.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right.
We've talked about it, and um,
I actually don't know, Ian. I don't. I really don't. Yeah, we've talked about it, and no, no, I don't. Okay. All right. Okay. I
so
love Big Spoon. He has so much personality.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's the greatest.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I like that you brought him home. What did the children think of Big Spoon?
they were just like, "What is that?"
Of course, this is
Yeah,
like the greatest toy you've ever brought back from a return trip. They have no idea how much of your ass sweat has been embedded into it.
absolutely not. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So, uh, let's talk about the race itself. So,
Okay.
first of all, the crew. So the drivers were
I've
myself.
got a picture of the whole team here.
Yeah. So from left to right, so we got Mental from Everyone Racers,
Yep.
Dwayne, the crew chief,
Yep.
who, man, like ran the car and the team
He runs a
great.
great ship, man.
He really did. That's my uncle Craig,
Yep.
who was super fast and super consistent all weekend.
That is
Um,
like Craig is like the when you played the old NES ice hockey and you had the skinny guy or the big fat guy, you had the
mhm,
middle guy that was always just like perfectly even on the stuff. Like
mhm.
that's how I imagine Craig. Like he's just like the one that just does the thing, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He drove super great.
Nice. Nice.
And then down in front is Jake, our
Yeah.
buddy, who has his YouTube channel is another damn build channel.
Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah.
and he was awesome, fixing stuff and uh, making the pit stop super smooth. Did awesome. In the back there is Bill, who's a friend of Craig's, and he was also a crew member. And
Okay.
again, we had to change an alternator on
Oh,
Saturday,
did you really? Okay.
and Jake and Bill just knocked it out.
Okay.
Just like we were doing driver change and doing like trading track notes and stuff like that. And while we were doing that, they just bing bang boom,
No way.
yeah, changed the alternator.
That's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, and then found the problem, which wasn't the alternator.
Oh, really? Okay.
We'll get into that. And then there's my dad,
Yeah.
who's the team owner, and also like help us like figure out logistics and getting gas, refilling all the fuel jugs, all that sort of stuff. And he also drove great on Saturday.
That's
He didn't
awesome.
actually he actually didn't drive on Sunday.
Okay.
And then that moron on the right.
Ian, you,
Hmm.
you dashing individual.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Um,
And the car without the hood. I love that.
Yeah, because this is after the race on Sunday, and you can see the last member of the team, obviously, in the background.
Uh-huh. Yep. Big Spoon back
Big,
there.
big, big spoons back
Uh-huh.
there.
You left Big Spoon out in the rain, buddy. No.
No, he's under the
Ye-
covers. He's
Yeah. Yeah.
under the thing.
Good. Okay.
All right. So Saturday, we had a pretty good race. So,
Okay.
um, Mental drove first, then Craig went, then my dad, and then me.
Okay.
Um, so I got to take the checkered, which I've never done before,
Oh,
which was
that's
fun.
awesome. Yeah.
Um, but we had kind of like an up and down race. Like we Mental had a great stint. It was super fast and competitive and had us up near the front. Then we had this weird like electrical issue happening where we were having um, weird things happening with the ECU. And then we had the voltage was kept dropping
Oh, okay.
down to like 11 volts. Um, we were just like keeping an eye on like, let's see how long we can go. And then the decision was made like finally like we got to figure out what this problem is or we're going to get stranded out on track.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and they were like, we can do the alternator change in 15 minutes.
Okay.
So brought the car in, got it up on the they have the quick jacks now,
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
the floor jacks that are
With the air
just
compressor,
hydraulic.
just oh, yeah.
They're
Uh-huh.
hydraulic.
Oh, sweet.
Super awesome.
Okay.
Um so quick jacks up and Jake and Bill just got to work. And we were like messing around with it, messing around with other stuff in the back, like the battery and stuff, trying to figure out what was going on. Thought maybe we had a bad battery. They got the alternator off, and it turned out the connector to the voltage regulator was like frayed down to like one strand of
No
copper.
way. Okay.
So we were just getting weird voltage to
Sure. Yeah.
the ECU and stuff, which
So
was
were they
causing
just able to
issues.
splice a new piece in and go from there?
Yep, they put in the new connector on, slapped the alternator back in. We lost maybe 20 minutes.
Okay, not bad. Not bad.
No, not bad
Yeah,
at all.
for like an under the hood pit stop. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we
Yeah.
had the hood issue. The hood pin broke.
Okay. Yep.
So we took the hood off for my stint
Okay.
after I got the meatball flag.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and so then I finished the race, and I think we finished like ninth overall
Okay.
and second in D class
Okay. Nice.
on Saturday, which is not bad.
No, that's
That means
great. Yeah.
really good finish. And it was a dry race on Saturday.
Okay.
Sunday,
Uh-huh.
we uh we started out, Mental started again, and was saying like, oh, we got a weird like misfire.
Okay.
And we were clearing it for his stint and then Craig's after him by cycling the the ignition
Okay.
or cycling the master switch.
Okay.
And it would clear up this misfire. We
Okay.
couldn't figure out what was going on. Couldn't figure. We were like, do we need to pull it in? Whatever. But then that ended up being fine. So then by the time I got in the car, it was the same thing. We had this misfire, and it was clearly like down on power because of this misfire, and it stopped working. It stopped like resetting with
Gotcha.
the
Okay. Yeah, it was persistent. Okay.
yeah. It was completely persistent. Like we didn't know what was going on, but then so I'm like messing with that. So this was like the busiest stint I've ever had.
Okay.
Um,
Multitasking while you're driving. Okay.
yeah, because I was messing with that, and Dwayne was giving me different engine modes on the dial to mess with,
Okay.
and then I was messing around with Big Spoon I was like
Uh-huh.
trying to because like I had to like kept having to tighten down the belts and stuff like that, and trying to like adjust to get comfortable.
Yeah.
Um, and then the rain started.
Okay. Okay.
And so I was the third driver. I was driving the third stint. And so the rain started pretty early in my stint. It was like misting when I went out.
Okay.
Um, and it got slippery real quick.
Really?
Like really quick. And it was like the one corner of the track had rain and the other side
Oh,
didn't
uh-huh. Yeah.
at first, right? So it was
Yeah.
like turns 2 through 4 were damp. but
Okay.
like super like greasy because it was like all the oil and stuff that
Yeah.
was sitting on it, right? So and it kept changing, like it would rain harder and then kind of go back to being misty, and so it was like different every lap for a while, and then we had a full course yellow, and then it started dumping.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and and honestly, like it was, I was like trying to get, I finally gave up trying to get the misfire done, and it was just like concentrate on like not dying in the rain.
Yes, yes, please. Yeah.
Um,
Priorities.
but yeah, I ended up like, I'm super happy with how I drove, because like I kept us. I wasn't the fastest car on track by any means, but I didn't spin it.
Consistency, man.
Yeah,
Consistency, right?
we didn't spin. We didn't. Yeah, I didn't put it off track at all, and I kept us in contention. And as the rain progressed, we saw people like spinning off
Yeah.
and all that, and I found some good lines on some of the corners where you could go offline and get some more grip.
Okay.
And then Menzel got in, and he was super fast in the rain, um, like really consistent. And then all the other cars that were ahead of us started going off track because
No
the
way.
rain got even harder. And so we were, I think, when I got out of the car, I want to say we were in like fifth place,
Okay.
and then like we passed one car on track, and then I think three others either broke or spun off or
What?
crashed or whatever, because it was just like it was treacherous, like it
Yeah,
was,
just tons of attrition, huh?
yeah. um
Okay.
but we just like kept pounding away, and it ended up being really good that it rained because we were down on power.
Right, right.
But
So
then,
you couldn't use it all anyway. Yeah.
right, and then like our competitor, the people that we were competing against, like they couldn't use their power because it was like Mustangs and stuff.
Oh, yep. Okay. Okay.
So it ended up working out just from like the car being reliable and us driving within the limits and all that. So yeah, it was awesome.
Wait,
We ended up winning D class and getting second overall on Sunday.
that's amazing, man. Congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my dad is like over the moon, as he should
Yeah.
be. He's like so happy.
Yeah.
Because I think it's the best finish they've ever had.
Yeah.
So they're, all of them are like rightfully very proud and very
Yeah.
how the race went. So
Yeah. Congratulations, everyone, man. That's awesome.
yeah, it was a long time. I mean, to
Yeah.
get on the podium, to get a podium finish. I
Yeah.
think my dad really was hoping for an overall win,
Right.
but um, we got really pretty close.
Amazing, man.
Yeah,
Amazing. That's so cool.
yeah, it was awesome.
So what was the misfire? Like, did you guys figure that out?
Still haven't figured it out. And by the time Mental brought the car in, um, there was an exhaust leak. So
Okay.
I my theory is that there's this more modern ECU in there now. They have a Hall-Tech ECU,
Okay.
and so and there's more sensors on the car now, and I think that exhaust leak was present, but
Okay.
not so, it wasn't noticeable, and it was just getting worse and worse.
Okay.
And the um, exhaust sensor,
Like
the
the
lambda
O2
sensor,
sensors. Okay.
right, is like further down from the manifold, and
Okay.
so that exhaust leak, it was sensing too much oxygen, and
Right.
it was pulling timing, thinking that
Right.
it was running lean
It's
because of
trying to
that.
do what it thinks it needs to do, right?
Right, and so that's my theory, that exhaust leak is the root cause of the misfire.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
Because
Huh.
the but remains to be seen. There's a lot of different theories about like heat soaking the coils and all sorts of stuff. So
Gotcha. That would also explain how you made it go away by resetting. But yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Huh.
That's what I'm thinking. Right, like it's a
Yeah.
condition in the ECU that's saying like,
Yeah.
yikes.
Right, right. Yeah. Ruh-roh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Huh. Well, man, this is awesome. You guys did so great. I'm so proud of you, man. Look at those trophies. The trophies that they make for these races are so badass.
Yeah, yeah, they're
Yeah.
super cool. So the little
Like bug
minion
guy?
guy,
Uh-huh, yeah.
it's like a
Uh-huh.
little minion.
Uh-huh.
So the top half like opens up and it's like
What?
hollow inside. And separately, Mental, Jake, and I we all looked at it and all made the same. You put your weed in there joke. We all did it.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah,
Okay. All right, and who's this gladiator here?
that's
Yeah.
that's for getting second overall. So the minion was for winning D class, and then that's
Okay.
the second place trophy.
That's
Yeah,
amazing, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
um, super super cool.
I think aerodynamics be damned. You should run the car without the hood all the time. Like that intake is so cool.
Yeah, it's just the
Yeah.
big intercooler piping.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty rad.
I'm
Yeah.
so proud of you, man. Like, how do you feel coming off of it? How is the drive home? Like, where's your head at? How are you doing?
Um, I think I was honestly I was pretty down on myself for like being slower than everybody else on the team and like thinking like I didn't drive as well as I could have or whatever. But then, kind of thinking about it more, um, I'm super happy with especially my drive on Sunday because I think
Right.
I improved a lot and just being able to be consistent even if I wasn't all that fast on Sunday, like I'm happy that I was able to do that after such a long time away
Yeah.
from racing. And this is only like my sixth race or something,
Right.
my fifth or sixth
Right.
race. I haven't done this a ton, so
Right. And it's
um,
like if you have to deliver, this is the time. And guess
right,
what? You did.
right. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
happy with how I drove on Sunday for sure.
The terror in your eyes in this picture is very real.
Well,
Very
I mean,
real.
you can see the oil slick
Yeah.
on the in the pit lane,
Yeah,
and that's
right?
what the
Look at
track
that.
was basically like it's just
Look at that sheen.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like there were like a couple of turns were just absolute skating rinks. And they
Oh,
also
okay.
had like in turn two, especially, it was it was so like crazy to find grip around it because there was like a big patch of like the seam sealer stuff.
Okay. Uh-huh.
But there was like a big patch of it that was like this big around. And like
Okay.
I got to the point where I was driving around it because
Okay.
it was so
Too
slippery.
greasy. Yeah.
And I
Uh-huh.
saw like three cars drop from
Okay.
hitting it and just whoop wheel spin, as soon as they hit it.
No way. Wow.
It was so crazy slippery. And I think it maybe got better after some of the oil got moved
Right.
off of it.
Washed off. Yeah.
Towards the end of my stint, it seemed like it was better. But like when it first started raining, all that seam sealer stuff was just absolute ice.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Um, and you're in a car with 300 horsepower,
Right.
and
That weighs what, like 2,100 pounds?
I mean something ridiculous. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
right.
so you got to
It's a
have your wits
tin
about you.
can with two turbos on it. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's awesome.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
I like to think that our buddy Sid with One Hell of a Town, her Shiba Inu K sticker
yeah,
kept you safe there. That's great, man.
yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
Yeah. Ah, I'm so happy for you, buddy. I'm so proud of you, man. I
Thanks,
I
thank you.
really wish I could have been there to enjoy it with you, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, next time. Next time for sure. Yeah, do you have any other plans for racing this season?
I'm hoping that this fall,
Okay.
and then I'm hoping to do. I'm hoping my dad does Laguna Seca when
Okay.
they do Laguna Seca, and I can talk my way into that because I really, really, really want to drive that track at some
Yeah,
point.
for sure. That's a bucket list drive, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So
Okay.
I'm hoping that will happen, and I'm hoping at least one other one this year. So
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha.
that's my goal.
Wow, buddy. Man, good job, man.
Thanks. It was fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh, I missed you.
Me too.
Yeah.
Um, well, that took a long time. Should we? do we think we did a car show? Do you want to do one more thing? What do you think?
I think we actually did a car show because I don't have any listener my eyes ready.
Okay.
But yeah, we could talk about you throwing shade on Twitter, but yeah,
We'll do that next time.
yeah, yeah,
I'll still be
you'll
doing it
still
next
be
time.
doing that.
Nothing's gonna change there.
No, you're doing us proud over on the internets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Um,
It's always so funny to see like when I'm tweeting from the account versus when you're tweeting. Our tweets are very different.
uh-huh.
Mine are like a lot of capital letters and exclamation points, and like I love this, and yours is like, look, I'm taking this down, and here's why.
You know, it's
Uh-huh.
fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Um,
love it. I
if
love
you
it.
want to see what Dave is talking about, you can follow us on the Twitter
Yeah. Apex
at
adjacent.
Apex Adjacent. You can email us, apexadjacent@gmail.com.
Yeah.
You can call us or text us.
720-515-1391.
Yes. Uh, Also, you should go check out episode 191 of
Yep.
Everyone Racers, because I basically retold the same story to strangers on that show.
Okay. Okay.
And we got into a few more details over there,
Sure.
different details. And is there anything else?
Yeah, that's it. We absolutely love you, everybody. Please take care of yourselves, everyone.
We love you, and remember that you've got trouble right here in River City,
I,
and that starts with T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool.
like you say that like I can't cut that out of the show.
But you won't.
Right.
All right. I love you, everybody. Goodbye. Goodbye,
Bye. We
Dave.
love you.
Goodbye.